Ladies and gentlemen, my Lancer goes forth with courage. My Lancer goes forth with resolve. My Lancer goes forth without pants. Well, I guess that's to be expected. Lots of people here. Figured I'd pick up a quest along the way, see if there's anything quick and easy to do. Alright. Perfect timing. Oh, that was my own pun. I shouldn't have done that. I was looking for a likely lad to track down some twin adder initiates. 3 of our newest recruits have failed to report for training exhausted. Considering their current physical state, I'd rather doubt that they're wandered far. Oh gods, please, don't mention wild beasts or blood. They're fine, I'm certain of it. Seek out the wayward troops and tell them to report back on the double. Alright, what else? What else is on the way? Ooh, food. Hello, yes. Hello there, adventurer. If it's work you seek, then look no further. Instructor Marstel needs a volunteer to bring him some bog yazen shells for the recruits to practice on. You'll find yazens in the river south of here. Once you've pried the carapaces from 4 of the creatures, take them to the instructor. See, what I like about this so far in the quest design is that none of the quests have been overbearing. Like, kill 3 things, kill 6 things. Really? I don't have to kill 10? I don't have to kill 20? You don't need 25 boar livers? No, I need 3. Really? That's practical. Ha. Anyhow. So, what have we got? It looks like, ooh, there's a fate by my quest. The shells is here, the initiates is here, so yeah, everything is pretty much on the way. Oh, there's a quest over here. Or is this our initiate? Oh, jeez, he's slumbering. By the way, thunderbolts and lightning are very, very frightening me. Galileo! Yes, there is weather. Oh, jeez. Sergeant Carmazon droppings must be late for training. Oh, my goodness. Well, so, yeah, that's 1 of 3, and he was not... He was not in any danger. God, the lightning and the thunder. I really like weather effects. I do. I like it when they have random weather effects, just to add spice. Hey, can I train on these? I can! Cool. Huzzah! Meditating. Can you not see I'm attempting to become one with nature? Leave me be, good sir. What? Sergeant Carmazon sent you? Matron's treats. I better get back before she makes her boot one with my backside. Yes, I'm loving the way they've kind of dashed up the dialogue. They certainly could have made this a very... I don't want to say simple. They could have made it a very literal translation. But they've decided to add enough color to make it interesting, and I love that. I mean, quests like this are not that interesting in and of themselves. Let's face it, right? There's really not much... Was this the last guy? Alright, nope. You know, there's really not much to it. In and of itself, this is not too bad, but there's something to be said about having some decent dialogue along with the quest. And I'm, for some reason, not finding where I need to go. Where is this guy? I'll find him yet. Come on. He's got to be in here, right? The others have been kind of hiding behind stuff, so let's... Oh, man. Okay. Alright, I'll get to looking. But things like dialogue can really perk up a quest. Like, there was a quest in Neverwinter that amounted to nothing more than going around in a circle, clicking on gravestones until you found the right one. And the reason why the quest was actually fun to do was because it was you were trying to find a burial spot for a Lich's phylactery. And the Lich was kind of walking you through where he wanted to go, and he was complaining about every location that you picked. And it was fun. It was amusing. It was just one of those things where the quest itself I didn't really care about, but it was the dialogue. Getting to the next point was actually something I was looking forward to, because I wanted to know where is... what is the next thing he's going to say? It was very fun, very amusing in that regard. So I'm going to keep looking for this guy. I don't know why I can't find him. Aha! There you are, way over here. Hey, you little bugger. Hiding from me. God, they were so worried about you, I kind of want to spear you myself. Here's the sergeant looking for me. How long have I been here? What bell is it now? Stand aside. I must make haste. Yes, haste. I'll hasten your end. What was one of them said? Making your backside one with my boot? Seriously? Who's gotten into these people? Oh, they're present and accounted for. Always the same, handful of recruits, variable lose focus for a short while after being assigned to their new unit. First rush of tension and excitement wears off, and the strain from constant drills begins to show. Reprimanding them isn't always the best solution, though. I have their morale to think about, after all. Still, I might give them a quick blast for good measure. What can I say? This is one battle I'm not afraid to fight. Cool. Quest done, and then the next quest is pretty much right nearby. Splitting shells. Now, upon my travels here, I'd like to point out I'm in level 9 territory. And oh my god, is that ugly. I do not want to deal with him. Ugh. I hate mosquitoes. The passion. He's not on my list. I bet you he might be in level 2 or something. I had to complete the first page. Anyway, I'd like to point out, upon my travels here, that traveling by road is honestly pretty safe. Thankfully, nothing in this area really appears to be aggro. Nothing aggroes you, so nothing is very hostile. That's the word I was looking for. So you don't have to worry about something hitting you on your route, which is kind of nice. And if you do stick to the roads, more than likely the monsters are spread out enough that even if something were to try and jump on you, you could pretty much avoid it. I'm kind of surprised that these level 7 of these things, at least, are not aggro to me. I want to kill one, just for my own morbid curiosity and the fact that I hate mosquitoes. It's level 7, I'm level 6, so... Appears to be a diminishing return on my slow. Because the slow is supposed to be 10 seconds, but that last slow, look at that, that slow is only 2 seconds. Either it's a diminishing return, or there's something about the level. Maybe it's the level difference. So with this, I'm in the area I need to be for my quest. And I'm fighting, there's level 7 stuff nearby. So that's telling me that I'm probably a little low. I haven't been doing the local quests in order to gain levels. But what's good is that while I'm here, even though these things aren't on my quest log, you can see I'm just kind of going back and forth between these creatures, doing my best to kill them. And this is going to start giving me a chain. So what I want to do is I want to continue this until I can get like at least a chain 5 and see how I can do. Oh, you know, I just saw that. I didn't see this before, but under the experience bar, there is a chain bonus. 56 seconds remaining on the chain. So as you can see how long you have until the next chain. So let's see what happens when I kill this. This is level 7. I've got 44 seconds remaining. 40 seconds. 37... Okay, it went back up temporarily. Now what I'd like to see is what chain number I'm on. In Beta 3, whenever you did this, the chain number you were on would normally show up over the experience. Like it would say chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. See right there, so it shows the experience, but it's not showing the chain. It's not showing it over here either. I might have to see if my battle log can be set to a more verbose version. I've got 10 seconds left on this. I'm still fighting stuff over my level. I might not get this in time. 4, 3, 2... Time's up! But as you can see here, the highest chain I got there, so that was chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 4 was 40% additional experience. Chain 5 will be like 50% more than likely. So the higher you go, the more rewards you get. Now, the beautiful thing is you can do this in a party. And as long as you're chaining and killing stuff of your level or higher, you will constantly be gaining the additional experience. So here we are on the Dragoon's Quest. We have to examine these pillars. And here we have a Sylphid. Is that a mistranslation? It says Syrphid. I think that's supposed to be an L. Oh well. Okay. This isn't too bad. So I'm just fighting a level 6. You know, I thought I was maybe not quite the level I should be, but honestly, I'm level 6 and these are level 6. I guess these are supposed to be the fearsome creatures I'm supposed to worry about, but in the last case it made sense, right? It's like, hey, you're going to have more than one thing to fight. In this case, I've only got one thing to fight, but I thought maybe it might be a higher level than me, but it's really not, so I'm not too worried about it. It looks like I'm able to get chain experience off of these things too, because they are level 6. Now I'm about to hit level 7 though, so I'm about to lose that. Now the creatures that are spawned are not going to be tagged by anyone else, because only I can see them. Ah, here we go. There's a big guy. Now once I engage him, other players can see it. God, he's a big guy, isn't he? Look at him, he's kind of ugly. So this makes sense. So this is a giant enemy. Now he's only level 6 though, so he's not going to be a big deal. But I can kind of see this, like, you know what? You're looking at these creatures and you look at how big he is, it can be daunting. But the truth is, he's not that big of a deal. So the game is now teaching you, you know what? Creatures come in various sizes. Just because it's super huge doesn't mean the thing is going to kill you. So I'm guessing that's another learning experience that I'm getting here. God, I want to be a Dragoon, so I'm jumping all over the place, right? I wish I could jump and stab something, just make that a combo that I could do. But apparently not. Alright, I'm done here. There is a Fate nearby for level 8 called A Mother Scorned, and it looks like it just went away. Or not. Did it? Yeah, it looks like it went away, so I missed out on it. Shame. But these things are on my hunting log. So I've got a few level 8 creatures, so I should be able to get a few chains here. I'll get level 7 and be able to continue the chain. Oh, it's alright. I'll go ahead and grab this one. I'll do this, and then what I'll do is go over to these shells and get that quest done, I think. Alright, with this guy nearly dead, I want to take a look at the experience that he's worth for me at this level. And he was worth 85, and I only need 3 of them, and they're worth 1,300. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get a ton of experience from killing these things. And when I go to the next quest, I can get the Bog Yarzan done. And then on my way, I'll have to look for these. Oh, Mightlings. That's right. I'm going to have to go back and do those as well. So there you go. Kind of got an excuse to go back and forth between these zones. Alright, let's continue to fight. And then at level 7, I don't believe I'm getting another ability at level 7, so we won't have to go over that. We can just continue to do quests. Now, it looks like there, I notice I missed with my True Thrust. And it appears if you miss, you do not get the ability to do a combo. So that's something right there, is if you plan on trying to make a macro to automate your combat a little bit, keep in mind that if you miss, it screws up your combo. So making a macro for combat really is not advisable. Certainly you could do it if you wanted to have certain combos and for under a button, but I just don't see the point. I stood an ability right there, by the way. Damn, that took a chunk of my hit points, too. Now look at that. That one quest log just gave me that much experience. Ooh, ominous-looking cave. Yes. Does everybody get excited when they go into ominous-looking caves? I do. Oh, these things aggro. They're hostile. So what's beautiful is that these things are both required for my quest and in my hunting log. What's interesting is that the icons don't seem to overlap. Where are you going? I did not give you permission to leave. Not entirely sure where it's going. Alright, let's lock on and follow. I'm gonna just jump. Come on. Jump. Invulnerable. Oh, it reset. Okay, so even this game has some issues with monsters needing to reset. Yep, it is counting towards the hunting log. I'm seeing the hunting log in the lower left-hand corner being updated. So you can tell that these things will try and attack you from the slightly orangish name that they have compared to the yellow name normally. I wouldn't say that's yellow, but, you know, the color is a little off, so you can kind of tell. And on top of that, I'm guessing that's what this icon here, the red triangle, is for. There we go. And I got, what did I get, like 1,000 experience for that? It's further down, so... Oh yeah, I did. Of course, I needed both the Fs and the Yarzon to do it. Alright, let's help this guy. Beautiful thing is, I don't need to kill these things fresh in order to get credit for my quest. Lux of the Draw. Lux. Luck of the Draw. Luck. I get it. Lux. New location, 30 experience. I'm jumping on rocks at random. Okay, back up to get this completed, and then I need to go back to complete my Lancer quest. But in the meantime, there's something good. We can go over here to grab myself one of these Chocobo stables. These are important. Sanctuary. So I am in a sanctuary. I talked about this before. Now look here at my experience bar, and you'll see a crescent moon. This lets you know that you are in a sanctuary. In a sanctuary is where you start to get rested experience. So when I log off for the day, I want to be here or at my room at the inn. And since I don't have a room at the inn yet, I want to be here. So you want to keep that in mind for adventuring. And she has a mask, Chocobo mask on, doesn't she? That's awesome. If you came looking to hire a Chocobo Porter, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Our birds are very fickle creatures and tend to become agitated around those with a certain lack of demeanor. Return once you've proven you can handle yourself, and I will personally see you are assigned our best bird. Chocobo Porters are available for hire upon level 10. Okay. Sanctuaries. So, a crescent moon appears below the experience bar whenever you enter the sanctuary. While in this special area, you acquire a rested bonus. Bonus will continue to grow even if you're offline, so that's what we were talking about. All experience earned through battle, crafting, and gathering while under the benefit of rested experience will be increased by 50%. So it's not double, it's 50%. I was a little off. Your current rested bonus is displayed on top of your experience bar. The dark blue bar shows how much more experience can be earned before the bonus fades. If the bar is red, it indicates your bonus will carry over to the next level. It says dark blue, but that doesn't look quite dark blue to me, but, you know, hey. So it'll let you know that it'll go up, you know, it'll show you how much more you have of the rested and if it carries over. Inns in all 3 city-states, as well as various outposts and settlements, are classified as sanctuaries. To maximize your experience earning potential, make it a habit to always log out in one of these areas. Now, Chocobo Keeps, this is not necessarily a mount. When you get this at level 10, this is kind of like a flight point. Why it's locked out until level 10, I'm not sure. But it is something you're going to want to gather on your way as you go from place to place. So I want to get this crystal so I can teleport here later. I also noticed that in the lower right-hand corner, a few of my items in my inventory have turned white. So it looks like my main hand and my pants. So my pants, okay, 100% Spirit Bond. Same here with my lance. It is now 100% Spirit Bond. So I now can turn that into materia eventually, and I can't trade it anymore. Also, what's this? Bonus. Okay, so I haven't gotten to the point yet, but I'm getting close. I might as well talk about this a little bit. You do have point allotments in this game. So as you get strength, or as you level up, you're going to get points that you can put into strength, dex, vital, and mind, piety. Now, the way this works is this is on a class base. So I'm a lancer right now. Whatever I put in here, I'm going to want to go into strength because that's a DPS stat. I may consider dex and vitality, as secondaries, but honestly, you're probably going to want to pump your primary until the theory crafters can get at this. Because one thing about theory crafting is survivability matters as well. And it really depends on how much damage you have to take for certain abilities. So right now, most of the theory crafters are saying just go straight into your into whatever stat will be your main damage dealer. So in this case, strength. For tanks, they say strength as well because strength is your block and parry bonus. While dex increases your parry chance, the benefits of strength outweigh the benefits of dex. The weird thing is that you would think vitality would be something for tanks, and you might put a few points in there, but it's really hard to say at this point when it comes to that. There is currently no known way to respec these, although they said they will eventually add something, but it won't be easy. In other words, they say it's not going to be something you can do from just day to day. Now, this is kind of important because the Arcanist class can be both a Scholar and a Summoner, and that's a difference between DPS and healing. So when you get that class, you're going to have to keep in mind, do you want to increase your intelligence or your mind? Because intelligence and mind, intelligence is DPS, mind is healing. Piety is magic points, so who knows? You could go into that to increase your casting potential. But again, a lot of people tend to focus more on the damage numbers rather than the sustainability. And sustainability can be quite important at times, so something to consider. You will be getting gear with points into all of this, so the points you put in here may not be a huge deal breaker. Whatever you put in here may not matter. Now again, it's going to be class-based, so whatever I put in here as my Lancer, when I switch over to eventually, say, a Conjurer, even though I've been pumping points into Dexterity, or when I get there, when I am able to put points into Dexterity, those points will go away once I become a Conjurer, and I'll have to start over and then start putting points in anew. So it's all class-based. Now, it is not job-based. So a class becomes a job, right? My Lancer will become a Dragoon. The points I put into this class as a Lancer will carry over into Dragoon. They won't reset. That's, again, important because of the Arcanist, and other classes are going to be the same. Eventually, Lancer is going to have another job it can do. But let's look at the Arcanist. If he puts all his points into Intelligence and then becomes a Summoner, he's fine because he focused it on a DPS stat. But if he becomes a Scholar, the Scholar is a healer and doesn't exactly use intelligence in party play. You might do it solo, but you need to have mind for healing as a Scholar. So that means that person that played that Arcanist is kind of screwed a little bit because of where they put their points. So that's why they say they're eventually going to allow you to respec, but we have no details on that yet. And the information has not been given to us. So let's go ahead and attune, and then I need to go back, and we need to turn in this Lancer quest, because I want to be able to move on. Oh, okay, teleport's learned because I found my first Aetheryte crystal. So now I've learned teleport, I'm able to travel instantly between Aetherytes in which you're attuned. Accessing the teleportation menu by selecting teleport from the main menu. Unlike other spells, teleport does not require magic points to cast. Instead uses a type of naturally regained spiritual energy. A small fee of gil, however, must be paid to the keepers of the Aetheryte so that they can maintain the crystal and defend them from who would see them destroyed. The fee varies depending upon the travel distance and remoteness of the Aetheryte location. Registration of an Aetheryte as a favored destination will reduce the amount of gil required to travel there. Up to 3 favored destinations can be registered at any one time. So I talked about that before, setting a favorite point. In this case, I can go ahead and register as a favorite. So now I have 2 favorites, this one and the one back home. So I can now use teleport. Now, this is what I think this is the anima system that I had talked about before as well, which was their original, but I don't know how you get this at this point. This is a natural recurring resource. Is it in my currencies? It is not. Cost 75. Is that just supposed to be gil? Yeah, these are the questions that need to be answered, right? But as you can see, the ones I have favorited are starred, so those are going to be a reduced cost. I'm not going to do that because, hey, why do that when I can just go home? Because that is my return spell, and that costs me nothing. Back to the Lancer Guild! Alright, we're back, and this time we turn into the receptionist. I've been expecting you, Malik. As you return, I trust you now understand the importance of resolve. Like one's flesh, courage can be made strong, and is a matter of training each of its aspects. Now, the endeavor may prove difficult in the beginning. Gods know how much I struggled. You may suffer untold humiliation and more frustration than you can bear, but you must persevere. Whenever you engage an opponent, whether it's in training or in earnest, make a conscious effort to fight with composure and resolve. Over time, doing so will become second nature, and you will acquire such courage as you never thought could be yours. Mind you, not all battles entail a physical clash of might. It could simply be a disagreement born of conflict and ideology. The point is, it matters not what battlefield you stand upon, as long as you take care to be composed and resolute. Your courage will grow. Does that make any sense? Even a little? I fear I cannot hold a candle to Guildmaster Yawen, but if there is aught I can do to assist in your training... What was that? Something is afoot in the training area. Uh-oh. That was the sound of steel. So it looks like class quests will have cutscenes and important things happening. And you call yourselves Lancers? Pathetic. You are next, Guildmaster. Arm yourself and face me. Refuse, and all will know that you are no true Lancer. Say what you will, I am above provocation. Craven to the last man. Oh, my little booties, and my lack of pants. But what have we here? Wait, he is but a novice. That makes no odds to me. You yourself admitted him to your ranks, did you not? Snake stares into your soul. Very well. I shall withdraw for now. Yet know that only the fearless are fit to wear the mantle of Lancer. I look forward to measuring your worth in the days to come. But how does he taste? There's not more to see. Return to your drills. Stand resolute in your courage. So I imagine those are the lessons there, right? Resolve, courage, and the ability to face down your foes. Malik, you made no attempt to evade his thrust. Did your opponent so unnerve you as to deprive you of your senses? Well, there's little of consequence now. You need pay no further heed to our uninvited guests, lest you wonder. It is not uncommon for challengers to come pounding on our door, seeking to test their mettle. For now, dedicate yourself to tempering the two aspects of courage, the composure to bring the sum of your strength, and the skill to bear against your foes, and the resolve to attack when fear would stay your hand, as befits a Lancer. When next we meet, I shall have another trial for you, one that will put your courage to the test. Until then, continue to apply yourself to training. Farewell, Malik. So good, I get my bone harpoon with some damage. Now, I have an eye patch already, as you can see. That is... See, I already have these. So I've got the boots, I've got the gloves, I've got the eye patch. These are things I got from questing in town. So I don't need them anymore. But I can get this custom-made scale mail, which I'm kind of tempted to get, not because I need it. It's only 4 more defense, but it gives me some skill speed. just because I kind of want it to have the look of a Lancer. I mean, the thing I'm wearing right now is okay, but I kind of want that. Otherwise, I could go and get this. That's about a little over 100 gil, so... I don't think so. I think I'll go ahead and get the armor. So they basically, like I said, this is meant to be kind of a replacement for the gear if you didn't have the quest. Now, if I go and be an archer right now, I'm not going to have those quests, I'm not going to have that gear, so they might be good choices. But for now, we're going to grab this. We're going to hit complete. Untradeable items, huh? Okay. You obtain an untradeable item. It is yours and yours alone. You cannot be sold or traded. Okay. Unique items. You have obtained a unique item. As this item is special, you can never possess more than one at a time. Okay, so with that, if I go into here, I imagine what is unique is this body armor. Let's take a look. Total 1. Yep, unique, untradeable. So there we go. Custom-made scale mail. It's going to give me some defenses and give me some skill speed over the dex that I'm using. So great. Let's equip it. Oh, yes, some actual mail. I really want to... I have no pants. So I am wearing pants, but they're worthless. I want better pants. Look at this. I'm wearing mail on top, but I have no pants. What is this? I like my armor, though. It's actually pretty nice. It doesn't have a color on it, though, so I'm wondering if I can get a color for it eventually. Alright, so I've got my bone harpoon. As you can see, it's going to increase my physical damage by 1. And it's got a 5.28 second auto attack on it. Now, if I look at this, my current recast is 2.49. Let's go ahead and equip this. And my recast stays at 2.49. So the skill speed, not really affecting it too much, but it will eventually. Alright, great. So I have new armor and I have a new lance. Courage of Stone. So I can't obtain my next quest until level 10. So, this means I have to go out and start doing quests in the world as a dragoon with no pants. And then I can come back having proved myself to my guild master. Now, what I want to do, I believe level 10 was also the level I needed to be in order to get my room. So I'm going to go over here to see if I can get anything at the end. Otherwise, I'm going to go back out. Good news, everybody! It looks like there's a quest at the end. A division of labor, alright. Hey boy, you seem unoccupied. You know the bannock I trust? Fancy making a bag of basic provisions over there for me? It's not too heavy, mostly filled with dried meats and other bland rations. Straightforward job that I'd do with a smile and spring in my step if I were 10 years younger. Alas, my tastes have matured, evolved, advanced to a higher level, you might say. But it's a perfect little task for someone fresh-faced like you. Worry not, you'll receive appropriate compensation upon delivery, which you may keep with my blessings. Okay, so they want me to go to the Bannon, which is exactly what I need to do here. This is my next main story quest, it would appear. So let's go ahead. This is to the Bannock. And I'm going to get some wind shards. Awesome. Malik, have you visited the Bannock on your wanderings? It is a training ground found just outside the city where soldiers of the Order of Twin Adder are drilled in swordplay and other martial matters. I mention this because an acquaintance of mine, a gentleman by the name of Galfred, is an instructor there. I think you may be of use to him. Go ahead and introduce yourself and find out there if there's anything you can do to help. Mind you, do not stray far from the path. The Tollswood is no place for merry strolls through the underbrush. So this looks like something I've already gone out to do. If I go back here to Central Shroud, yep, there's my turn-in, so I've already been there. So unfortunately, I didn't know that there was a quest at the inn for me that was going to take me back out there. So I could complain and say, oh, this game's got me going back and forth. But the truth is, I missed it on my own. I didn't look around town to see if there were other quests. Although, they could have linked a quest to have me go back to the inn. But I should have remembered that when I went there, there was a quest there that unlocked around this level. So I should go back and check. So it wasn't immediately obvious, but they did have a catch there. They had a hook. Because when I turned in my quest at the end, I could look at the other quest and say, hey, you can't get this quest yet. You need to obtain, you know, level X before you can. And then I kind of thought about that after I turned in my Lancer stuff. It's like, oh wait, I can go there. There's possibly quests there. Let me go see what that quest is. And there was another quest right nearby that mirrored it. So I've got her telling me to go here, and then I've got another quest telling me to go here. So again, the quest design overlaps. So even though I missed it and I had to come back here, let's face it, it's on the way. And I get 2 quest turn-ins for the price of 1. So I'm not unhappy. Alright, certain I wasn't followed? Well, no. Basic provisions, large bag, various dried meats, fruits, and blah, blah, blah. This is what I requested. Strange. I was expecting someone with rather more experience. I usually balk at such outrageous payments prior to delivery. Honestly, I'm amazed you made it this far. These woods are teeming with animals and other nasties ready to make a quick meal of the unprepared. I commend you for your bravery and thank you for your trouble. Here, take the remainder of the fee. I should be very happy to employ you again. Wait, did you see that? It looked like an anole. Quickly. Go before you bring it here and get us all killed. Oh, right. Whatever. Shut up. Shut up. Yes, ma'am, sir. Yeah. Random dialogue in the area. Greetings, Malik Grayson. An innocent word to expect you. My name is Galfred. I am responsible for training our Twin Adder recruits. I thank you for volunteering your assistance. The Twelves Wood has changed since the calamitous arrival of the 7th Umbral era 5 years ago. Power of the elements wanes, and the harmony of the forest gives way to chaos. A great abundance of life has been lost as the strong run rampant, stifling the weak and new-sprung. Although it may not appear to the eyes of an outsider, the Twelveswood is ailing. Its once rich variety, fading memory. For the citizens of Gridania, the restoration of the forest is a sacred duty, and it is my hope that adventurers such as you will offer to aid them in their struggle. Listen to their request. Do all that you can. May the elements bless your endeavors, Malik Grayson. Alright, well, I've already done the quests here. But there is, it looks like, a turn-in. That's right, from the quest I got earlier. So let's do that real quick. Have you come to train? Here we go. Bog Yarzun shells. Hand them over. Oh, not a new recruit then. What? Ah, Yarzun shells. I ordered Marlin to requisition. I see he's learned to delegate authority, if nothing else. Now that I have these carapaces, I can set my recruits some specialized drills. They are already adept at hitting a target, of course, but they need a practical knowledge of exactly where a monster like the Yarzun is most vulnerable. Thanks for your efforts. No doubt that they will fare rather better against the creatures than when called upon. You should be proud of yourself. Both they and the Baonak are safer for your help. Alright, so food. I've got braised pipra, which is accuracy, vitality, and skill speed. And tree toad legs, which is accuracy, vitality, and spell speed. So, skill speed versus spell speed. Well, I'm not a caster, so skill speed. And with that, I have forgotten to eat any of the food that I had before. Do I have a sort button? I do not. Alright, well, what I should do is use some of this speed. I got this steak, which is skill speed, vital accuracy, and then I've got this, which is accuracy, vital, skill speed as well. So what you'll notice here, the difference is, with this one, accuracy stacks up to 3. So I could eat this 3 times and get a bunch of accuracy, plus the one skill, 1 vitality. Ooh, fate joined. What's this? Hello. Isn't that the guy from... No, he looks a little bit different. Assist the new recruit to the Order of the Twin Adder who has found himself outmatched in a training exercise with his commanding officer. Really? That's what this is about? God damn, look at this guy. Taking some hits. He doesn't have slow on him. Let's try and put it on him. There it is. 2 seconds worth of slow. Wow, there are diminishing returns apparently. So this fate looks like it's just a matter of hitting a bunch of attacks. Look at all the effects going off. Nice. Level up. Hells yes. Okay, so trait acquired as well. So let's look at this. With this level, I have gained Impulse Drive. Impulse Drive is a 70 TP ability that delivers an attack of a potency with 100. It delivers 180 potency if I'm hitting the target from behind. So this is going to hit pretty hard. 180 from behind. with 70 TP cast. Now, overall, I will do more damage with True and Vorpal. At least it would seem that way. So what we need to do is do a little bit of calculations. So I'm going to go ahead and get my math pants on. Wait, I don't wear pants. I guess get my math eye patch on? Yes. So what we'll do is we'll look at this, and so now that I've got a few skills, we'll take a look at what's going to be more efficient for me, and what it'll mean for group play. Like right now I can't group up, and of course at this point I'm only going to be able to impulse drive once, but I want to know what's going to be more efficient for me right now. So we'll take a look at that, we'll talk about that, and then we'll move on to the next one for moving on, the next video for moving on to additional quests. So let's do that now. Math pants! Alright, so the important thing about looking at these skills and what kind of combo it is to look at not only how much potency we're going to get out of it, but also TP, because we want to look at extended fights. Because when we're talking about parties, we're usually going to talk about longer fights. So what we've got is True Thrust, and we've got Vorpal. So this is our first combo. We get 150 plus 200 into this combo, giving us 350 potency. Combination of TP is 70 plus 60, so that gives us 130. All right, so what you're looking at with this two ability combo is about 2.69 or 2.7 potency per TP use. Not too bad. Now, if we were to look at impulse drive and thinking about going in a party, we'd have to look at using this twice in a row and how it compares to using the other two skills. So we're looking at assuming we hit from behind, 180 plus 180 over 70 plus 70. So we're looking at 360 over 140. So what that means is we're getting 10 potency out of this. Basically, the 1-2 of True and Vorpal was 350, whereas this times 2 is only 360. So we're only gaining 10 potency. But we're also costing 10 more TP. Doing the math brings it about 2.5 potency per TP, which is slightly worse than True Thrust and Vorpal. So Impulse Drive, really not a very good ability to spam. It's something you're going to probably want to hit once with for a decent amount of damage and just kind of go into True and Vorpal. So maybe start off a fight with Impulse to do that first burst of damage and then move on to True Vorpal. So what that means is, for me as a solo player as well, for fighting individual monsters, not a big deal because I can't hit from behind twice because, well, obviously I can't get behind a monster once I've engaged it. So that's something to keep in mind. Now eventually I will have some abilities that will help me do that. So what I'll do is I'll start off some encounters with this Impulse Drive in order to start off with some decent damage, and then we move on to maybe Feint, True Vorpal. And then from there, True Vorpal will be the combo of choice as we move forward. So with that, we'll be moving on to the next quest. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for following along.